Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome into what day are we on? Day 5 of our Christmas in July week. So this is the card that I made for you. It does have a little more things than normal, but it's really simple in structure. So there's no coloring or anything like that. There is stamping in multiple colors, but if we do what we discussed yesterday and do assembly line stamping, then you should be able to still complete this pretty quickly. So we would stamp all of our leaves first. Then we would clean that, stamp, put it away. We'd switch to our poinsettia, stamp all of those, punch them out. Actually, no, we would stamp them all. And then we would move to the sentiment. We would stamp all of those. And then we would punch all of the flowers out. So we would cut the cardstock. I usually cut all of my pieces, so you could actually punch all these white circles first and then stamp. That might be easier. So I typically, when I'm doing mass production, I will typically do all of my cutting, all of my stamping, all of my assembly at the same time. So, or not at the same time, in that order. So cutting, stamping, assembly. So that just makes everything go a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and get started with today's project. And I kind of dove right in today. So if you're new here, welcome to the By the Shore Stamping YouTube channel. And my name is Jen Pittebuck. And I am here all week to show you some super simple cards that you can mass produce this month to be able to be prepared for the holiday season and be like writing and addressing and taking the time to think about each of the people that you're sending these cards to in August if you want to, or maybe October or September, but way before the crazy of the holiday kicks in. I don't know about you, but that's what happens to me every stinking year. I end up getting to December and I have not done any of my card making, and it becomes super stressful, and I want it to be fun and enjoyable. I love to be able to think about each of the people that are receiving my cards and be grateful for them, send them a little note maybe, and not be stressed because I got to get 300 cards out. So if I can get all of these cards made right now during the summer, then I can spend the early months of the fall writing out the messages. And I think this year, I don't normally, but I think this year I may actually do labels for my stuff, because otherwise it's just too crazy. Although I do like handwriting everything. All right, so the other thing I did with this, so you'll see there is a leaves here. So that does mean we have to punch twice because I use 2 different kinds, but what I'm thinking is we're going to do this, right? And then we're going to do this. So I now have 4 leaves. One of the cards will have this one and this one, and one of the cards will have this one and this one, right? So I'm going to alternate what is there, and that way I can get more done more quickly. All right, so now let's go ahead and stamp this. So I'm using crumb cake ink for the background, and I just kind of ruined my rules because I started punching before I finished stamping. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to stamp this little poinsettia. There. Okay, and then the other key thing with this is, yes, I used multiple colors, but these do not use, so I used 2 or 3 different stamps. So I can put them all on the blocks, and then it's just a quick, easy, okay, I'm done with this one, I'm done with this one. Now I'm going to mass produce this. It's not green, however, it's black. So now I would switch to this one, and I would then stamp all of these. Of course, it's always good too if you're using all the same color. That makes it even easier. But originally, I had thought about stamping this flower in the background in the crumb cake and then doing the flower in red. What you want to avoid is you want to avoid having to switch colors, right? So I can stamp all the leaves, put that stamp, set that ink pad aside, stamp all the flowers, put that ink ink pad and stamp set aside, stamp all the greetings and put that aside, and then I'll be able to clean up after myself all at the end. If I have to, switch colors, that means I have to pull out the cleaner, clean that off. It's just, it's not a huge deal. You could totally do that, but I like to be able to just get in it, get everything done, then clean up my mess, right? So if there's any switching colors, that just kind of slows down your process a little bit. All right, so now this gets attached to here, so I'm going to go ahead and use my regular adhesive. And I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Okay, and that's going to go in here. So now we're going to use these two. And I typically just kind of figure out where I want these to be. So probably like that. And then I'll put that like there. So what I'll do is I just sort of pick these up, add some adhesive to tape that down into. Then I will go ahead and attach this on top. And again, I would probably go through in steps. So I would do all the layering, all the cutting. So I would go ahead and dimensionals everywhere. I would go ahead and attach the white and the pretty peacock together first. Then I would go ahead and add dimensionals to the backs of this. So do everything in a assembly line fashion, whatever way that makes sense to you. But so maybe you would, I just thought I put it on the wrong page. Maybe you, or the wrong side, would go ahead and put all the leaves down on all the bases first, so obviously you have to do the stamping of the leaves very first. Okay, so there's that. And then my final step would be to grab take your pick tool and your embellishments and just go to town with those. So these, this is definitely something I could do while watching TV or listening to a podcast or when my mind is somewhere else, right? And there you go. There is our 5th project. Super, super simple. So if you've missed any, we started this week with our cute little gift card holder. Very fun, very simple. Lets the paper shine. Then we did our little reindeer card. Very simple reindeer card in 3 different colors. So you could mass produce that using all the patterned paper in the Glorious Gingham. Then we moved on to this here, which was our masking. So just a simple stamp and sentiment for that one. And then we did, where's my other one? Oh, it's over here. We did this one yesterday. A little bit of coloring, but still kept it pretty simple. Again, this was designed for my stamp club class, so I would probably eliminate the ribbon and I would make this just a regular banner instead of a stitched banner. And then we did this one. So we have made a lot of cards already, my friends. And look, I've got multiples of everything. So I still have more creating to do because, like I said, I'm going to complete the whole paper pack for this one. So that will give me 40 cards. I'm going to complete the whole paper pack for this one. So that will give me a ton of cards. So I will be well on my way to having all my holiday cards done way before the fall even starts. So I'm super excited about that. All right, my friends, that is it for today. I have all sorts of things coming up, so make sure you stay tuned to the emails. Of course, we have day 5 and day 6, and day 6 and day 7, and super exciting, day 6 tomorrow is another pre-recorded video, but it features the Cape Cod Cowboy, otherwise known as my husband, who did another card for you. He did not follow the rules. He went pretty involved, but it's still super cute, still doable. Maybe it's another card for one of your A-list people, but I think it'll still inspire you. It uses that fun sleigh paper and the Trucking Along bundle, which should be available next week, so I think you'll enjoy it, and he's always fun. He's entertaining to watch, so I think you'll have fun. And then I will be back on Sunday live at 2 p.m. Eastern to finish us off for our Christmas in July week. So thanks so much for watching this week, and I will see you again tomorrow.